I trust him. I trust him 100% actually. And I think, without getting too emotional, I think I'm looking forward to living a new life. I was born in Australia and I lived there till I was 17 and then came over to this side of the world. So I've been living in England probably since I've been about 18. Became an early years teacher a bit later in life when I was about 30. Did that for 5 or 6 years and then became ill. Had a few accidents when I was growing up. I rolled my car 3 times and things like that. And a few things that I think weakened my back a little bit. So I went on this sort of downward spiral of painkillers, being in pain with lower back pain. And that's where it started when I was working in the school. Obviously, you're always having to go down low to work with the children. So it's very difficult from that respect. And it got worse and worse. And then I met my wife around this time and I decided to have an operation. The operation didn't go well. I was hoping that it would improve my back. They did a, what do they call it? S1, L5 fusion. There was a few complications in the surgery, I think. I wasn't never told, but I'm piecing it together now, years later. It gave me pain in other areas, leg pain, things like that. And it just really went downhill, especially with medication, things like that. And I sought a lot of holistic therapies along the way. And they were not too successful. So that's kind of where I was 3-4 years ago. My wife went to a seminar conference, and it was all about pain and how different ways you can overcome the pain. And my wife went. I didn't go because I was ill with the medication. It gives you very bad side effects, so I was in pain and had all these other side effects, so I didn't go. My wife went, and she met Rodger there, among other people, and had a conversation with him. And then she came home and told me that this guy might be able to help you. At that point I thought, another person that's going to try and help me with my pain. But actually it was the best decision I ever made. A lot of people that have tried to help me in the past, I haven't had this kind of, that patient practitioner kind of relationship. And I felt the first 2 or 3 meetings with him, appointments, I really felt that there was a good connection there, which is, I think, half of the battle. So it really kind of took off. Straight away, it wasn't very long after that I thought, actually, this guy can help me. I have put in the time, I have gone to every appointment, I have put in the work, and nothing happens without putting work in, as we all know. To try and do it, to work with your body in a kind of very sympathetic way, but also in a way of understanding what's going on and not just going, okay, I've got pain, I'll take a painkiller, but actually going, okay, let's just focus on where the pain is, what it's doing. But it's trying to do it all the time rather than just having this kind of, okay, I can do it now, but then I can't do it next week. Or if I've got this particular stress in my life or this kind of something, then, it's much harder to do because you have to kind of empty your thoughts and try and work with your body. And so it's a very kind of, it's almost kind of magical in a way. Yeah, I'm constantly saying to Rodger, are you sure this is going to work? Are you sure this is going to have the outcome that we both have discussed? And he's so certain that this is going to happen, and I trust him. I trust him 100% actually. And I think, without getting too emotional, I think I'm looking forward to living a new life. The best thing is I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to have those crutches, especially the medication. And for me, the medication is the big one at the moment. It's having a titration, coming off the medication. Any type of crutch, any type of medication is hard to come off. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's long term, and this has been 11 years now, I've been taking this medication. It's been with the GP and with Rodger, it's been a gradual coming off. And then I'm very, very, very close now. I mean, this is kind of the end. The next 4 or 5 months, I'm hoping it'll be gone. It'll be out of my life, which is huge for me. He's having incredible impact here. Like I said, there's no one really been in the past that has helped me with pain, with how to deal with day-to-day stresses, relationships and things like that, you know what I mean? As smoothly as things can go in life, they're never ever going to go smoothly, are they? Let's face it, we all face those problems on a daily basis. So, and it's just knowing how to not let the body take that stress and finding a way of, right, got that stress, there it goes, in one way and out the other. Not always easy to do. Because I've been so ill, really, with the pain and the side effects of the medication, she's been a rock. I mean, she's been incredible. And it hasn't always been easy. But we've always my wife and I have always had the ability to laugh at it a little bit and get through it that way. She gets surprised every day as things that I say, the way I look at life now, look at it a lot differently. A lot of things that used to stress me, or I used to get, this is not fair or whatever. Now I'm like, that's life. As ridiculous as that sounds, I'm getting more and more like that. And sometimes you can't change things that happen. You just have to accept and move on. And that's really where I am at the moment, just moving on. He's just been great. I always, I don't know if I should say this, but I always say to him, you're almost saving my life in a way, because a life of pain and suffering is not a life, and it's quite a cruel life to live, and it limits you a lot. And you think to yourself, I can't do the things I want to do, and that can take quite a heavy burden on you and the people you live with and your family. Now I'm looking forward to life, and Rodger's done that, and I can honestly say Rodger's done that. So I couldn't recommend him enough. I hate this expression, but I would recommend him 100%. I hate people who say 110%, but absolutely, absolutely recommend him without a shadow of a doubt.